今年为量子物理发展100周年，诺贝尔物理奖得主 Serge Haroche 应台湾桥梁计划首次访台，1月16日于中央研究院以雷射与量子物理为题，发表专题演讲，阐述量子物理100年发展史与重要突破。Serge Haroche 为法国巴黎法兰西工学院量子物理学系主任，他以突破性实验方法，使人类首次能够测量与操控单一量子系统，为当代量子科学与精密量测的发展奠定基石。于2012年与 David J. Wineland 共同获得诺贝尔物理奖。台湾桥梁计划由中研院携手台湾大学等11所学研机构与世界和平基金会共同推动。
There is a part of chance in that thing. I was interested in physics because I wanted to apply mathematics to physics. I was really impressed by the fact that you can explain the world with mathematical formulas, in mechanics, for instance. And in high school, it was a time when the first satellites were launched, and I was happy to be able to compute the velocity of satellites, the velocity of rockets going to the moon. And then, so I wanted to become an astrophysicist. And then when I entered into École Normale after high school, I had to follow the lectures of Claude Cohen-Tanouji, who was teaching relativity and quantum physics. And I understood that you can do math not only for astronomy, but also for the world of atoms and molecules. And so I was changed direction at that time, but I still was interested in physics and in the use of mathematics in physics. My advisor, Claude Cohen-Tanouji, played a very important role because he is the one who taught me quantum physics, and he was my advisor for my thesis. So he had a very profound influence on me. Now, this year we are celebrating the 100th anniversary of quantum science, and it was in January 1926 that Schrödinger wrote a famous equation which describes the quantum world, and so in fact, it's part of civilization to understand that and to have a feeling of why this is important. In my view, is as important as to have some feeling about what an artist like Da Vinci or Michelangelo or Raphael did. It's a different kind of creativity, but it's creativity. It's a human creativity. So I think it's important that people understand that the discoveries which I've made at that time are not only useful, but they're also important just for the knowledge that they gave us about the world. There is a challenge which is to understand deeper the laws of physics. For example, the fact that we don't have a quantum theory of general relativity. There is no direct connection between general relativity and quantum physics, which is an important issue, especially in cosmology, to understand the origin of the universe, to understand the physics of black holes. So this is an internal challenge. But there are also external challenges. The fact that the society now, there is in society a very strong anti-science atmosphere which is building up, a lot of fake news, a lot of complotist theories, many governments now are taking anti-scientific stands. So this is a big challenge for basic science, but also for applied science, because it's very difficult to separate. It's impossible to separate basic science from applied science. All applied science comes from knowledge which is acquired by basic scientific research. So all attacks on science are bad, not only for science itself, but bad also for society, because there are attacks on all what you need to do if you want to keep the planet in good health. It's quite clear that denying climate change, denying the danger to the environment are very detrimental to health and to society in general. And this is a big problem for science and for scientists today. basic science is essential. It's the ground on which the applications come after that, and it's impossible to have a healthy research and development if you don't have basic science before that. Also, basic science is also very important to attract young, bright minds to science, because curiosity is already a very fundamental aspect of childhood. Children are curious, ask questions, and so you attract them to scientific ideas, to scientific problems if you raise their curiosity. But basic science takes time, and so it's important to explain to policymakers that the time scale of basic science and of science in general is quite different from the time scale of political activities, and that's difficult. There is a mismatch between the horizon of politicians and the horizon of science.